Hi, folks. Welcome to We Be Fishing, the viewable podcast right here on YouTube. That's right. We are a spin-off version of the B&T Catfishing Adventures channel, and it's time to talk. That's right. This is the best time of year to find what you need, use secondhand, what have you, when it comes to boats or boat motors and accessories. This is the time of year when people are out there really putting their stuff out there for sale and giving you the chance to find what you need. Now, with that being said, sometimes the price, because of the time of year when they sell them, can be a little higher. So you got to be careful. Now, what made me think about this was just yesterday, I purchased a new motor. No, let's take that back. A new to me motor for my boat driftwood. So it made me think about coming to you guys and talking about things you may want to check for if you're purchasing a new motor or a motor for your boat or watercraft. And I thought this would be something some people need to know. Now, some of you out there already know this stuff or most of this stuff, and some of you have really no idea what you're looking for. So I thought we'd just go over a few things. Now, when you first come up there and you approach the motor, obviously you want to look at the power head of the motor, the top part of it. So what you're going to do is, first thing you'll want to do is look at the cover on that. Make sure it is not cracked or banged up and so on and so forth. Now, sometimes some of that is just surface damage, especially on these older motors, and it may not hurt the motor itself in the way it performs. But we're going to take that top part off now, and we're going to look inside. First thing you want to do is look at the cleanliness of the motor. How's it look? Is there a lot of gas or oil or stuff inside that motor? Does it look just filthy? Now, also, some of the parts in there can be made of various metals, but can also be made of something called pot metal. Now, this can be something that if it breaks, you're not welding it, you're not repairing it. So it would definitely be something you'd have to order somewhere or find. Again, you want to look on some of that stuff to see if you can see any breaks, any cracks, or anything of that nature that may want to make the decision for you on if that's a motor that you potentially want to buy. If you see a problem that's about to happen, right? It may not happen yet if it's just a crack, but it means it's coming. All right. Also, while we're looking in there, do we have any loose wires, any bare wires, anything that looks like it may be damaged? You want to check on that. Another thing, while we were in there, we're going to check those spark plugs. Go ahead and pull those out and look. You want to even maybe take a whiff of them. Do they have a smell of gas in them, real heavy? Do they look burnt up? Is it just really coated with oil? So on and so forth. Those could be an indication of a problem right there. It also shows not only that there could be a problem, but this motor just may have not been taken care of whatsoever. So that may be something that's adjustable. Sometimes people run a motor too rich, especially a lot of times on these two-cycle motors, two cylinders, they can run too rich. Now, also, if you're not used to buying motors on a two-cylinder, you're going to see a lot of smoke when those things run. That's normal for these older motors to do. So don't freak out if you have a lot of smoke coming out of that. But check those plugs and see how they look. All right. Next, if that's looking good, we're going to go ahead and go on down the line and check our next spot on that motor. Now, where you want to look now is you're going to take a flathead screwdriver and you want to put something under it to catch it or whatever. but it should be probably the lowest on the lowest part of that shaft of the motor there. And this is under the prop area. We're going to see a screw. There's probably a few screws down there, but the bottom screw, we're going to turn that and open it up enough. There's going to be some oil or grease that comes out of that, or there should be. Now, this is to lubricate the lower housing unit and make sure all the gears are working properly. Now, if that comes out watery or like milk color, you have a problem. You have water getting in there and breaking all that lubrication down, which could cause a problem with all those gears. All right. And if it's not a problem yet, it will be. So that's definitely an issue. Now, if it could be a scenario where it is just a small amount coming in there over a long period of time, if this thing has never been cleaned or done. But you want to redo that. I like to do that lower unit, put lubes in there every year. Some people every couple of years or whatever, but it's important to check that from time to time. Again, if you open it up and it looks dark, like black or a blackish blue color, it's looking proper. All right. You might even smell it. Okay. Put some on your finger, take a little whiff. If it smells like gasoline, that's not a good thing. All right. You shouldn't have those odors down inside of that lower unit like that. All right. That's a problem of leakage somewhere going into that lower unit area there. So that could be something you want to avoid. But let's say that looks okay. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at that prop and you're going to see if that is all busted up or not. Now, an older motor is going to have some wear and tear. Look, we all can put these motors through it out there, right? And we're going to hit stuff under the water from time to time that we just don't see. Sometimes it's even fish that get in there or get in the way and we're banging up. But every one of these motors are going to have on their props a little bit of damage and wear and tear. That's normal. If it's extremely bad, that means you're probably going to need a new prop, and they can cost some serious money. Now, before we get ready to start this thing, what we want to do is we want to shift it, whether you're using a lever up here in the boat area or you're adjusting it right there on the motor itself. You want to see if it adjusts and goes into gear from neutral and reverse and all that smoothly enough. All right. Once we have that checked out, we're going to start that thing up, fire that baby. We're going to pull it, push start it, whatever we got to do to get her running. And let's see how that goes. Now, hopefully the gas that's going in there is, if it's a 2-cylinder or whatever, we have the right mixture of gas and oil going through there. That can be an issue when some people don't know how to mix it right. Find out what's the proper mixture for the motor that you're going to run. Also, ask the owner that you're purchasing this from, when's the last time this gas and oil mixture has been freshened up, if it's new, if it's old. If it's older, that can't affect the way this motor is going to sound or run. All right, it could cause it not to run well at all, so that in itself could give you a false read on this motor if the gas itself is just bad. All right, the motor could be fine and it could just be the gas. But if that doesn't appear to be an issue, let's start that thing up. We get it running. That sounds good. While it's running, if it's safe to do it in water or you got the muffs on pumping water in, let's go ahead and shift it and work the gears to see if everything sounds like it's running right. Now, if we put it in gear and we give it a little bit of throttle there and it starts to run, and it runs for a second and then maybe it starts to wind out a little bit. Now, that could be a problem with the prop itself. The prop housing or inside could be stripped out, and so as it slowly goes, it's not a problem. As it picks up speed, it could start spinning in there. This is an indication you got a prop that is an issue and is going to need repair or replace. Now, it's very hard sometimes to get those things repaired properly, and it's almost better to buy a brand new one. But if that sounds good and everything else checks out, you may have just found yourself a good motor. Again, this time of year, there are some people out there really trying to stick you on the prices of these older motors, and so you have to be careful. Make sure your negotiation skills are up to speed and you're ready to go on that. If all that is taken care of, folks, you may find you a diamond in the rough out there, ready to go on your boat and last you, if you take care of it, for a number of years. Folks, I just wanted to get on here, and like I said, this just brought this topic to my attention and made me want to bring it to you. Hope this helps. Get out there, find you that good motor, get it on your boat, and get out and have fun. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helps. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Remember, if you subscribe to the channel, not only do you get We Be Fishing, the viewable podcast, you also get the B&T Catfishing Adventures channel as well. 2 for 1, you can't beat it. And it's actually free. So go ahead and hit that. Also, give us a like button if you think this episode helped, and be sure to share it with your friends. Folks, you take care. We'll see you soon, right back here at We Be Fishing. Have a great day.